know, Erin, I'm sure you've gone through things we all have as moms, as entrepreneurs, mompreneurs, college students, graduates, all of these things. And I can address it to both of you, and whoever wants to answer first is great. What is something that you had to get over as an obstacle?
I can address that first. I had a rather large obstacle to overcome. I was in the corporate world. After college, I spent 3 years with the company that I loved, and had to make a decision. Do I stay with the company and kind of stay in my corporate career path, or do I follow a passion and a dream with her to join this team and kind of open the boutique together? And that took a lot of thought and prayer and time to make that decision. It was really hard, coming from a much more stable income and things like that, and then joining this team where it was something that I absolutely loved, but was definitely not a risk, I guess, but kind of a risk to join. So that was a big obstacle for me to try to overcome that decision. And I'm thrilled with the result.
So that's really cool, because a lot of women I deal with are kind of stuck in that middle area and wondering, and what I'm hearing is that you followed your heart.
Yes.
And what was the thing that kind of threw you over saying, I'm going to go with this new opportunity and take that risk?
It was a multitude of things, I think. I was in a spot where I was ready for change in the role that I was at. I just wasn't thrilled with it at the time. I was seeing the need for help. You were really taking off and could bring someone on. And so it just really was a timing thing, I think, where I was finally ready, financially and mentally to make that decision. And then she was ready too for me to come on and to kind of take a partner role in it, instead of more as like a daughter. Hey, what do you think of this? Kind of a more permanent role. So I think that was probably the biggest decision, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It took a lot of discussion and, like she said, prayer and talking and setting boundaries and just making sure financially. For me, it was a worry that I was going to have the financial burden to make sure she was going to be okay. So that was a big deal.
Yeah.
So we worked through that and made a lot of strategies and plans and thoughts ahead of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you find it a bit of a challenge going from mom and daughter to co-partners?
Not at all.
Not really.
No.
We work together. We've always been best friends, and we just we don't really even have set roles and who does what. I mean, a little bit, but not really. We both kind of do everything, and it works well. Like Mondays, this morning we sat down, we had a strategy session for an hour to talk about May, what we want that to look like. So we set business plans and goals just like if we were a large corporation, and really take the time to do that. The only thing we have to be careful is when we spend time yesterday with family that we don't talk about work.
Yeah. That's when it gets a little complicated. Yeah. If we're hanging out in the pool or something, it's like, okay, let's turn off for a second and enjoy family time.
Right.
I used to have a business with my ex-husband many, many years ago. And it was weird because when we go out, it was like, well, that was the time to talk about business because the children were
right.
And yet it was time that we needed for our space. So I really,
yeah.
Well, Karen, what kind of obstacles have you overcome?
Oh gosh, I'm sure there are many, but the one that comes to mind is, when I left the corporate world, I actually owned my own store in Fort Wayne, Indiana, a retail scrapbooking store. And so we sold that to move back from Indiana to Texas. And then I was in the direct sales industry for almost 20 years. So I was with a jewelry company for over 10 years. I had a team of over 100 women, and we were actually in Vegas.
Yep.
And all of a sudden they announced that we had to be on a call and they closed like that.
Yep.
So my world turned upside down because that's what I knew and I loved and where my passion was. And I've since joined a couple of other direct sales teams and the same thing happened. So it was tough. And I thought, you know what, I know things change and that's part of business. You could be in a corporate world and get a layoff and it's the same kind of thing. But I decided to go back to being in control of my own destiny.
Yeah.
Wow, that is it. And I noticed you've had some very high level positions in your
Yes.
career, and you're really a leader in all of these. When I researched more about you, I saw, like, you're a leader in all these things.
Yes, definitely. Yes. I thank you. I had a large corporate team with Compact Computer Corporation and was, front and center in board meetings and everything. And I really enjoyed all that. I had a great career path at the time. So, but I also like the entrepreneurship as well.
Yeah.
This is fun. I mean, what we do is simply fun. Mm-hmm. Nobody gets angry about jewelry and clothes.
Well,
sometimes, not really.
Well, at the same time, how are you adjusting, by the way, with this new norm, so to speak?
Yeah, it was an interesting time. I actually got laid off in December, and that was a big factor to join. And then, we had about 2 months of solid momentum, and then the COVID-19 hits. So it was a crazy time. I think in March we really sat down and said, who's our customer demographic and how are they surviving with this? So we really reached out to our customers and tried to figure out how are you shopping? Are you focused on groceries right now? Are you surviving? Like, have you been faced with layoffs or things because of Corona? Like, how we tried to understand what their mindset was. And then we went to the drawing board and said, okay, how can we adapt our business to how our customers are experiencing what's going on, and kind of attacked it from that way.
So what did you find out from this? Their mindset, my hunch has changed a whole lot.
Yeah, it's changed a lot since the coronavirus has started. Yeah. So at first it was no one's shopping, no one's buying anything. So it was, we partnered with a company and started selling masks at cost. We started working with fundraisers on how to give back to people that were out of income right now that support us, and kind of tried to go that way. Now I think people are they're bored, they're at home, they want to online shop with us, they want to do fun things on social media with us, whereas at first it was more of a state of panic, I think, and then slowly has kind of adopted into, okay, this is our new normal, how do we stay who we are,
But we kind of ebb and flow. We started bringing in loungewear, comfy clothes for people that were at home, and just trying to adapt what we were bringing them. And then we started going live 3 times a week. And from the moment we started going live, and we asked them what they wanted to see. We said, do you want to see fashion and trends, or do you want to see something else? And they kept saying, no, take our mind off of this, bring us happiness, bring us joy, bring us what you have. And then we always have an inspirational quote for the day. And they come back to listen to the inspiration, which is pretty cool. Some people have told us they have us on their schedule right after Good Morning America. So that's pretty cool.
It's really cool. And what I'm also hearing is that, and then also in the women I deal with, is that we have to face the reality that we're in, first of all. We could wish it away, we can cry, we can feel the feelings, which I'm hearing that both of you, you did in your own ways. And I'm also hearing that acceptance had to be there and just say, okay, this is our, what are we going to do? And we have to get out of it. And what you're doing is you're kind of reinventing yourself in different ways.
Definitely.
I think we kind of had to. And as much as our customers were going through it, we were going through it. So it started off, we were panicking. Do we buy toilet paper? Do we buy meats? Do we, what do we do? And then you know, as we've stayed in the quarantine or in social distancing for a long time, you know, we've kind of calmed down and have adjusted just like our customers have. So, you know, I think we used our own life experiences and how we were adapting as well as how they were adapting to kind of change our business model a little bit.
Well, let me ask you something. You two are together, and obviously, if, let's just close your eyes, if you ever would even consider collaborating with anybody or anything else, what would that look like? If you ever even would consider that.
It's a hard one.
It is hard.
And you know, is there a personality, or is that just really not something that's on your table?
You know, I don't think it's an immediate need that we'll have right now. I think if we ever did in the future, we would need someone who, or a company that, I think the reason why we work so well together is we're both self-starters. We try to feed off each other's energy. So like this morning I was really tired and I walked in and she's like, let's go. Let's, you know, be happy, be positive. We got to go live. And, you know, there are days where you need the one to be picked up. And I think we would just need someone that kind of balanced with us as well. And it was a good personal fit and someone that understands social media trends and different fashion trends. You know, if you're thrown a curveball like COVID, do you go into loungewear and masks, or would they want to stay the course and see how things go? You know, different things like that, I think, is what we would probably look at.
Well, I think loungewear sounds great, especially at COVID. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we've had slippers, we have blue light glasses because people are on the computer more. All of those things, we are getting in their key rings that are shaped like a big key actually, and you hold one end and it lets you push the buttons, let's say at a gas station or an elevator or anything, so you don't have to touch it.
Yeah.
And then you actually also can open doors with it. So it's pretty cool. We're part of a group that we study and learn and know all these things that are coming so we can decide if they're appropriate for our customers.
Yep.
Is it like a networking group, you mean, or something that
it's actually a hub of boutiques.
Yeah.
So there's a vendor side and a member side, which has just been an awesome investment for us.
Yeah.
Very good. We learn about all kinds of things.
We're constantly listening to podcasts and different things like that. Just, again, trying to understand the economy during this, our customers during this, you know, all the different facets of what's going on. That's been a really good resource for us.
Yeah, I know in my business, you know, the life strategists, you know, we have different groups, and what I love is that, and I'm sure probably with you too, is that we reach out, and also in our group that Karen was the president of, that we reach out to one another to see how we can help one another. And I'm very happy that that trend is around today.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
we're very thankful for that.
Yeah, because we help one another, and out like that is just, to me, so vital. So vital.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we feel like we've created a community of women, especially, that are inspirational to each other and support to each other, and we help each other. And even by us going live, they're as important to us as we are to them.
Yeah.
And I don't think we really set out to see it that way, but that's what's happened. Just, it's amazing. And we have people from all over New York and Tennessee and Indiana and here, and it's just pretty cool.
I think a good example of that is we've started doing a weekly virtual happy hour through Zoom, which is so fun. So people join from all over. We've had, 30, 35 people on at once, and everyone has a drink or water, and we just hang out and talk to each other and honestly check in and say, like, how are you doing? How are you coping with this? What can we do? Before we were able to see people, how can we help you? And I think even a virtual online meetup, I think, meant so much to our customers because they got that interaction that everyone's been missing. So that's been a huge blessing to us as well.
Definitely. And on Wednesdays, we have Wednesday wins. So they write in what their wins are for the week. Just trying to get people to focus on whatever that win is, no matter how small or big.
Yep.
That win is important. It might be getting out of bed for the day. It might be putting on regular jeans instead of pajamas.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it might be. And that has been great to see people participate in that.
Yeah.
How quickly we can turn our minds when you look at the good.
Exactly.
Isn't it? That's a real powerful, it seems so simple, and yet
Right.
hard exercise for some people.
Right.
Looking at their glass half full. And
Right.
now, you know, I think a lot of our inner character comes out at this point. And what a wonderful, and Karen, you are a fabulous president of our business group, our local group. And you read these wonderful quotes to us, and I always remember being very inspired by them.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I've kind of continued that in a little different direction, but it's good. It's fun. You never know when your words are going to hit somebody.
Right.
Isn't that amazing? You never know. You know, it could be a word and you don't even know. Or have you ever met like a stranger and all of a sudden they say something and it just, you're like, wow, I needed to hear that.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a reason they're put in our lives. Well,
Exactly.
Is there anything else you want to add to what we've shared? I mean, there's just so much, because for both of you, you're just such bright lights, you know.
Thank you.
We feel very blessed to be able to work together and be together during this time for sure. And then just to have what we have, we're just very grateful for it and just want to help others where we can. And we do look for, we're trying to look for more things made in the USA. That's important to us. It's difficult to find, but we try to do that and work with vendors who have the same vision that we do.
Yep.
And so it's challenging, but great. I mean, we've only been at this since January and our website's only been live for a month. So it seems longer, but it's good.
Yeah.
Well, weren't you in the business though? I know you were before Aaron came aboard. I didn't know.
Yes.
We rebranded in January. So you ran kind of Fashion by Karen for a while. You started that in June of 2019. So she did it for 6 months or so, and then I joined and we rebranded into K Marie. The K is for Karen, Marie is my middle name. So we kind of combined both of those. I think it was important to both of us to really reflect that this is both of us. And it's been so interesting to have an existing crowd of, I would say the target demographic was like, 45 to 55 women, and then have me come in and draw a whole nother audience of this millennial generation and figure out, new social media techniques and things like that. So really just blending all of it together and different styles. It's been so cool to do. And I think a lot of people could have looked at this quarantine situation as a negative, and we've really tried to go back to the drawing board and say, how can we not benefit from it, but how can we spin this to where, now we can use social media to reach different people, and we have time more than we would have before. So it's been a blessing and really fun to work together. Yeah, it's fun.
By the way, I love both your earrings. They look really
Thank you.
And I love what you both are wearing. Karen, you have this cute little pattern.
These are both new tops that we have. So we had these on for our live this morning.
Yes.
Yes.
One last question. If you guys could provide a great resource or idea that would help women globally, what would you do? What would you say?
So I think mine would be to show people who you are through social media. Be honest. People shop with us because they want to know what we're up to. So right before we joined the call, tomorrow's Cinco de Mayo, I was just saying, I think I might go live tomorrow and show them my guacamole recipe, or, things that just make you who you are. That's why people support you. And that's why, networking groups like the one that you guys are in, was so beneficial. I think you fall in love with the people that you're supporting, and so I think that would be my tip, is to just be super authentic and portray who you are.
Yeah, I think mine would be to never stop learning. So, even as we get older, we think, oh, I know everything. I get so excited during the day when I learn some little something. I'm like, yay, I learned how to do it.
Yeah.
So just whatever, listen to podcasts, listen to other people, look and see what other people are doing, and don't compare yourself. It is so important not to compare yourself. Especially in the industry we're in, it's easy to get wrapped up in numbers and think, oh, they're doing so much better, we'll never be able to do that. And again, it's just learning and not comparing yourself more than anything else. Listen to podcasts and
I love that.
things that are out there. Yeah.
Yes, it's none of my business what other people think of me.
Correct.
They told me that a long time ago, and it's so true. And at the same time, it's challenging at times.
It is.
Yeah. It is.
It's so great talking with you, and I know that you're having success, and I wish you both continued success. And
thank you.
I just am so thrilled to have you. Thank you both for coming on today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.